Sup everyone, Wave here. Today we're gonna react to all the new classes which will come to the EU and NA servers. This video was made by Coppersan, so subscribe to him and let's get started. I'm gonna pause in between for reaction stuff. And yeah.
Hey YouTube, Coppersan here. Lost Ark is releasing with a total of 15 classes in its roster, but did you know that there are still 6 more classes waiting to be released? Today we're taking a look at those classes.
Like, I'm pretty happy with the Paladin, but these new classes look insane.
There's no exact release window for them yet though, but I do expect it will release relatively fast after the launch in the West. We're starting off this video with the Destroyer class. This is a warrior class who uses a massive hammer. It's a personification of its hammer time, bonking monsters on the head with that massive thing. This class is somewhere in between the Berserker and Gunlancer gameplay-wise, in my opinion. Being tanky with a good amount of shields, big hitboxes and good damage as well, but they can feel kinda slow.
Like, I was never a big fan of hammers, man. You always need the sword. It's quite important for me.
Most attack animations can take quite a while, and you'll spend
it looks sick, nonetheless, man.
And it does feel really bad if you miss your attacks after what feels like charging them up for like an eternity.
Yeah.
Therefore, though,
how would
most destroyers
work in PvP, for example?
Engraving to increase skill charging speed. There are other builds as well, by the way, that focus more on non-charging attacks, so this class can be flexible, but hey, those charging attacks do usually do like quite a bit of damage. The Destroyer class also has 2 types of skills: blue skills that generate cores and purple skills. Cores generated can be used for shields or to buff the damage of your purple skills. This class can be pretty tanky because of this mechanic. They also have big AoE attacks, and due to their higher damage and tankiness, they work pretty well in
like, it could be another tank class like the Gunlancer.
They also have high impairment, which can whittle down
more similar to
bars
the
when
Gunlancer than
quickly.
the Berserker.
Once that bar is depleted, the boss monster will be stunned for a while. Super useful if you want to bring that to your party. Next up, we have one of the newer martial artist classes, the Lance Master. This class
I'm gonna create a class for that one. I love the spearman.
Or lances.
Big fan of Fate.
Either a spear or a polearm, at least I think that's what they are. I'm not a weapon expert. Similar to the gun lancers, you can swap between them, and she has different skills for each of them.
Like, if you have watched Fate Stay Night or something from a Fate series, spears were always the best ones. Like, every spear user.
For identity skill, the Lance Master also gets 3 different gauges that fill up when you attack enemies. They fill up passively, but when you start whacking those monsters, you'll fill them up a lot quicker. And every time you swap your weapon, you'll get a buff depending on how much your gauge was filled up. So ideally, you want to fill up your gauge completely, all 3 of them, swap weapons,
I'm definitely gonna create a speed user. That looks so insane, man.
She has quite a bit of crowd control and a ton of flexibility because you can switch between your stances. She has both close and long range attack, and I think she fares well in PvE and not too bad in PvP either. But she does need to attack constantly though to make sure that she's always fully buffed up by swapping weapons and filling up those gauges. Therefore, there is a bit higher skill ceiling to this class. She does have plenty of mobility skills also,
I love this
combat. You can just move around quickly to reposition yourself and just keep attacking. Actually, you want to know something interesting? The Founder Pack trailer actually already showcased the Lancer class, so could this be the next class coming to the West?
Damn!
And the first class I want to go
the first one, I'm gonna instantly
level
that up to 50.
This is the 3rd female assassin who also uses daggers, and this class has 3 different kinds of skills: Harvest, Shadow and Raid skills. The first 2, Harvest and Shadow, fill up a green stealth gauge and a red chaos gauge.
Yeah, for me personally, I'm not a big fan of that dark shadow stuff, but yeah.
When using the green one, you can create shadow clowns.
To everyone where
kind of like shadow
stuff,
partner,
you can enjoy that.
And it provides buffs as well, similar to the red chaos gauge, which provides a crit chance,
that looks
damage,
sick.
move and attack
Going
buff.
inverse like that.
This gauge has to be maintained though by using your shadow and harvest skills.
It looks insane in PvP, to be honest.
So there's that. I should note this class is actually very squishy and has a pretty high skill ceiling and relies a lot on back attacks. I mean,
yeah,
it's
I can see that.
After all. So understanding boss mechanics is a must when you want to play this class. It can't just face tank everything like the Destroyer or Gunlancer. Actually, this was also the only class when I was doing my research for this video that I found some very negative articles and comments about. But hey, you know what? Screw that and let's play whatever you enjoy. Next up is a class so new, it was only released a month ago in the Korean region.
Painter.
An artist class. This is another supportive class, which skills that can boost the movement speed of our party members.
Like Ion had a painter, I think.
Well. She seems to be very AoE focused with big range attacks.
I love the art
in my opinion, look amazing. Those ink attacks look bloody awesome. She also has a new mechanic called teleportation. So you can actually place down portals and party members can use those to escape trouble. You'll teleport them back to the artist.
That would be my second chance after the speed user.
You can place down healing orbs which other party members can grab. She can also create orbs to generate shields. She's a really nice supportive class.
Like a proper support class,
gameplay.
That's
like
cool.
both other supports though, she doesn't really excel at dealing damage compared to the non-supportive classes, but she can hold her own while getting to level 50 at least.
If it's
Next up we have the Scouter
great,
class.
man.
If you're a fan of Iron Man or like Marvel movies or any other mecha related things, then this is probably the class for you. This futuristic gunner class is a long-range DPS class with plenty of skills to get you out of dangerous situations. They have a drone flying around that attacks with you, and generally speaking is one of the easier to play classes. And honestly, the best part of this class is when they put on their drone as some kind of Iron Man power suit, giving this class new skills, more mobility, shields, and even more firepower, and plus lasers.
Okay,
and
what
who
is
doesn't
this?
love lasers? This transformation is kind of similar to the Shadow Hunter, I suppose. Honestly though, I think this class looks amazing, and once it's released, I'm definitely gonna go try it out for one of my ults. The amount of destruction and quick spells just seem really fun.
Okay, this is very Hyperion from StarCraft 2, you can't tell me that.
Class that you'll love. If you like to infuse some good old RNG into your gameplay, this class uses special cards and a card deck to deal damage.
Twisted Fate.
She's a mage class that deals fast DPS and can buff herself based on the cards she pulls from her deck, which is totally random by the way. She's considered a hard class to master, and her ability to pull different cards from her deck for different buffs can make her a bit of a wild card. And while she lacks defense, she can move around pretty quickly to avoid damage and dish it out herself. So
okay,
if you want
this is Twisted Fate,
then for sure check
I saw
out
the
this
Q
class,
ability.
Once it is released. And the final class that is still releasing is one that we already saw in the closed beta, but was replaced with the Sorceress class. The Mage Summoner class is still expected to make its
10 times better than the standard Sorceress, man.
Easy to play ranged DPS class.
Much more interesting.
Pets and use elemental attacks to deal with her enemies. She has a massive area of effect attacks with big hitboxes, and she can let her pets deal with other players during PvP.
Consider, man.
But there is some pet micromanagement involved there. But despite that micromanagement, this class is still recommended for new players. You can let your summons like go fight a boss and deal some damage, while you yourself can focus on learning the boss attack patterns or just avoiding attacks. This class does suffer from low mobility like most mages, but does have some self-shielding at least. A pretty easy to get into class and great one to get started out on once she gets released again. What do you think of those classes? Let me know in the comments, and are you going to wait for one of them as a potential main? There is no set timeline yet when those classes are going to be released. Perhaps every few months a new class will be dropped. I don't expect it will take like 2 years to get all the classes into the game. And that was all for today. As always, many thanks to our members for making this video possible. Thanks.
Damn, that was actually it. Like, so show full Scouter trailer, best class. Oh, wait, what? Oh, okay, he lost that class. Me personally, I thought the Spear one, the Lancemaster, was insane, man. This looks so great. Look at this.
Fill up when you attack
so clean.
Enemies.
And the Painter was nice as well. Artist and Lancemaster. I'm definitely gonna have 2 spaces left for them. No problem at all. And yeah, I would even buy a character slot for them. I'm really into that game, but yeah, right now I'm still enjoying it, and yeah. Subscribe to Coppersan. He made the video. Gonna like. I'm gonna subscribe, I think. I still need to check out the other content he does. Maybe it's good, maybe it's not good. But yeah, leave a like and subscribe to Coppersan and to me as well. I see you next time. Wafer out.